Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're kicking off a new deep dive today.
Yes, hello.
We're looking at some recent articles about the new XPeng G7. That's their all-electric midsize SUV.
Right. And our mission here really is to just unpack what matters about this G7. We're talking key tech, design stuff, and, where it fits in the market.
Trying to pull out the most interesting bits for you.
Exactly. Help you get up to speed quickly on what makes it tick.
And there are some interesting details flagged in the sources. Definitely things like pretty powerful AI chips, this augmented reality display.
Oh, yeah. The AR HUD.
And, well, a really bold take on autonomous driving we should get into.
It's quite clear, isn't it? XPeng is really leaning hard on technology to make this G7 stand out. It's a crowded field.
Okay, so let's dig in. It's up for pre-sale now in China, aiming right at that mid-size EV SUV space. Think Tesla Model Y territory.
And the price starts around, what, $32,500 USD? Built on a rear-wheel drive platform, a couple of battery choices.
Topping out at 80.8 kilowatt-hours, I saw.
Yeah, that 80.8 kilowatt pack gives it a CLTC range up to 702 kilometers.
702 CLTC.
Yeah.
Now, we should probably remind ourselves, CLTC isn't quite the same as WLTP or EPA, right? Often a bit optimistic.
That's fair. It often translates a bit lower in, let's say, European or U.S. conditions, but still, 702 kilometers is, a strong number in this class.
Definitely competitive. And power.
Comes from a pretty punchy 218 kilowatt rear motor.
But like you said, the tech is kind of the main event here, especially if you look at the higher trim level, the Ultra.
Exactly. This is where it gets really interesting. The Ultra trim gets 3 of their own in-house Turing AI chips.
3 chips. And XPeng is claiming, what was the figure? Over 2,200 TOPS.
Yeah, 2,200 TOPS, tera operations per second.
That's just a massive amount of processing power specifically for AI tasks. They even compared it to like 9 NVIDIA Orin X chips.
Which is a huge claim. It really signals how much compute they're throwing at the autonomous driving system.
And that system is called XNGP, aiming for level 3.
Correct. XNGP, targeting level 3. But the really big talking point here, the thing generating buzz, is their commitment to a vision-only approach for the end-to-end AI driving.
Vision only, meaning just cameras, no LiDAR.
For this system, yes. They're relying solely on cameras.
Wow. For level 3, I mean, that's the level where the car drives itself under certain conditions, but you still need to be ready to jump back in. Relying only on vision for that, that feels like a pretty significant choice.
Yeah.
Did the sources touch on why or the challenges?
They definitely highlight XPeng's confidence in it. They mention a new model architecture, VLAOL, using terms like motor cortex and cerebellum analogies.
Trying to sound brain-like.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
The idea is to improve how the system learns and reacts in real time using only that visual data. They seem to really believe in their camera-based AI.
Interesting. Okay, so beyond the AI brain, what's it like inside, the cabin experience?
Well, stepping inside, it's quite minimalist. Similar to some other EVs, No traditional instrument cluster behind the wheel.
Ah, so everything's on the main screen.
Mostly, yeah. There's a big 15.6-inch floating central display. But the real headline grabber inside is probably that light pursuit panoramic AR HUD.
The augmented reality head-up display.
Yeah.
Developed with Huawei, wasn't it?
That's right. And this thing projects, get this, an 87-inch display field onto the windshield.
87 inches.
Yeah.
Projected. What does that actually show you?
So it's not just your speed. It does AR navigation, dynamic guidance, basically painting directions and info right onto your view of the road.
Like arrows showing you where to turn, overlaid on the actual street.
Exactly. They say it uses advanced algorithms to keep it stable and accurate, the idea being you barely need to look down at the center screen.
Okay, an 87-inch AR display for nav that could genuinely change how you drive, keeping your eyes up. Sounds impressive.
Yeah.
What about comfort? Did they cover that?
Oh, yeah. Seems like they haven't skimped. The sources mention Napa leather seats, heating, ventilation, even massage functions.
Nice touches.
And convenience stuff, too, like twin 50W wireless chargers up front, plus an 8-inch screen for rear passengers and even a cooled wireless charging pad back there.
Cooled charging. Okay, that's thoughtful.
Add in a huge panoramic sunroof, 20-speaker sound system. It sounds pretty premium inside.
And the outside, how does it look? Does it fit the XPeng style?
It uses their second-gen X-Face design language, so you get that signature full-width light bar, split headlights.
Right, familiar XPeng cues.
Dimensionally, it's bigger than their G6 SUV, and it has those modern touches like frameless doors, electronic soft close, flush handles. aiming for that sleek look.
So bringing it all together then, what's the takeaway here for the G7 in the market?
I think it's pretty clear. The G7 is positioned as their high-tech flagship SUV. It's going head-to-head with the Model Y, obviously, but also strong local rivals in China, like the Zeekr 7X.
Oh, very tough segment.
Absolutely. And XPeng is betting big that this mix of really advanced tech, that AI focus, the AR HUD, plus the premium design and, competitive pricing will keep their sales momentum going. Deliveries are set for Q3 this year.
Okay, so quick recap. The XPeng G7 is really pushing the tech angle hard.
Yeah.
Got that massive 87-inch AR HUD, a serious amount of AI power with those Turing chips, and this ambitious, maybe controversial, vision-only approach aiming for level 3 autonomy. All packaged to fight in that busy mid-size EV SUV market.
Yeah, that sums it up well. And thinking about that vision-only approach, here's maybe a final thought for you to mull over.
Go on.
What are the real long-term implications if more car makers rely only on vision for advanced autonomous driving, like XPeng plans for level 3 with XNGP, especially compared to systems that also use LiDAR? How might these different tech philosophies really shape where self-driving tech goes next?
Vision versus LiDAR for the next steps in autonomy. Definitely something to think about. All right, that brings us to the end of this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.